stayed on my target.
While she's in the drop zone, she counts as a grade 1. So while in the drop zone, need more power-ups. For each grade 1s, she counts as a grade 1 as well. Yeah, very, very important, but definitely play for on deck.
I'm coming down the mid. I'm not gonna worry about
Groans. Grandpa Groans is awesome. Grandpa Groans is when this unit is on the rearguard circle, as long as a unit that is lower than its grade is caught to the rearguard circle. So for example, we call any a grade 1 or below card, grade 1 or grade 0, he gets a 3 gate power. So with this deck, every turn you will probably be super going 2 units at the time, so it's gonna gain lots of power. So for now, he's a good card.
All up here?
Otherwise, you can also play him. 2 copies of him. Yeah, he is not that great to be honest. Because according to this deck, after testing in my local tournaments, this deck actually has a bit of soul problem, and you don't want to use his first skill, which is to activate Soul Blast 1 and sacrifice 1 unit you control.
Fuck
to draw
this
1 card. That's pretty mediocre skill. But if you want to fill up the drop zone with grade 1s, I guess you could actually trigger the skill.
Not healing at all.
Use your ritual tree. Second ability ritual tree. While your ritual tree is 11k.
Acting like a fucking DPS.
So using him as 11k attacker, I guess, but I prefer use Grandpa Groans because Grandpa Groans has.
Well, I really gotta play.
Potential to go up to high
That's
numbers.
the first character I'm gonna play after we get this. I mean, I could play him now. I still feel like it.
One copy of Outtaker, basically what she does is, when this unit enters the rearguard circle and you control more rearguards than your opponent, you can discard 1 to draw 1. So yeah, set up early game. She doesn't have the GB's generation break, so you can set up early game, drop the grade 1 so that you can go to your ritual ASAP and you can draw 1 card. Yes, for cycling, so drop the grade 1. And one special tag is SP main. The main is really good in this deck. She's under
close to the bottom, guys.
Basically what she does is when this unit enters the rearguard circle, you may counter blast 1 and discard 1 Shadow Paladin card in your hand, and you can draw 2 cards.
You guys having fun and
freaking fantastic. Okay, the reason why she's good is not because of the 3k power that kills you. Please not write that. You write her, you pretty much gonna kill yourself. Gonna throw all the triggers to rape you.
I think I'm gonna go for the double stun.
She's good for is she gains you 2 cards, and
I'm gonna go to 2.
I mean, as a rearguard, she gives you 2 cards at the cost of 1 card, which you can drop a grade 1. The key is to drop a grade 1 into your drop zone so that you can trigger your ritual. So fill your drop zone for a ritual while drawing 2 cards at the cost of 1 combat blast. So she's really good. And either way, you could always use her to intercept away and or you can use her as a sacrificial food as well. So that's grade 2. Let's go to grade 1s. Grade 1s, 4 copy of Abyssal Owl.
Captain Timo on the way!
Good times when and they're going to attack monkey man. Alright, so what Abyssal Owl is, his skill is when this unit enters the rearguard circle from your hand, when this card is caught to the rearguard circle from your hand, so note that if you use skills like Luat to Super Koi, you don't gain his first skill. Look at the top 7 cards of the deck and add a card named with Luat into your hand. So look at the top 7 cards of the deck. Oh, there's a Luat, add it to your hand. And then discard from your hand cards grade total up to 3. So that is good in a way, is because let's say sometimes you don't have a grade 3 in your hand.
This carry is,
oh, I got a grade 3, sweet, I can discard a grade 2 and grade 1 from my hand. So yeah, you're not gonna.
He's like never around when you need him.
The new so-called Luat Searcher.
He's literally never around.
Ritual Tree. While this card's on the rearguard and is being sacrificed for a cost of Luat card.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go top. Top's getting your ass
in the hut, and I sacrifice using Aura Gazer or Diablo. Let's say I use Aura Gazer. Let's say Aura Gazer attacks. I can sacrifice him and I still get a counter charge because Luat is in the hut. And while Luat is in the hut, the Vanguard shares the card of the hut name. Yeah, so basically note that you guys can use this sack and still counter charge. It's been checked. I checked the rulings already, so yeah. I checked. Awesome. Let us go to the next big one.
Y'all, the reason we're both behind is because you guys can't go looping up.
So what it does is, it's amazing against the Link matchup. So Ritual Tree, while this card is caught from the deck to your rearguard circle, this unit gets a 2k power. So cycle every turn with your Luat Strike Big skill, and you will be gaining 9k boosts every single turn. Now second skill is, as a rearguard, when this unit boosts a unit, let's say you're going to boost an owl. When this unit boosts an owl, At the end of the battle, there is any boost.
I don't feel anything.
You can counter blast one and
I
sacrifice
feel me
the
whooping
unit
your
to draw
ass,
one card. Very
son!
good because you can clear your front row to prevent getting locked by Link Jokers. And getting a 1 free card is nice to have. So if you need a perfect card, you might get drawn into it. So yeah, Counter Blast may not be an issue in this deck. It's not really an issue because our boss monster that uses Counter Blast is why I say that's so much no problem. That's fine. Next up is 4 perfect cards. This perfect card is freaking amazing, okay? It's, once you know how to use this deck efficiently, this perfect card is one of the perfect cards that you can use 5 times in one game. So what she does is, while activate skill while she's in the drop zone, by paying the cost of retiring one of your regards, send back in your drop zone another copy of her into your deck and add it, bounce it back from your drop zone into your hand. So to activate her skill, first up you must have 2 copies of her in your drop zone before you can use her skill. So if she's alone, you cannot use her skill. You can only use it when you're
double charge.
Okay, like this, 2 in the drop zone. Sacrifice, sack one of your own units so you can probably set him off any useless unit. Sack, bounce it back, bounce it from the drop zone into your hand, goes into your hand, and this one goes back into your deck.
Open up with
so first up, it prevents you from backing out.
Gotta remember that.
Second up, you're getting a free perfect guard at a cost of 1.
You guys got this.
That is amazing, man.
Bottom.
Yeah. 2 copies of Sword Breakers. The reason I don't find Sword Breakers very important is that you can play 1, 2 is fine.
Hey, what is this character team doing? He should be up there with you guys. He should have been up there with us.
It's a lot of soul. 2 is fine. 1 or 2. So you guys are worried that Sword Breakers are high in price, don't worry. 1 or 2 is fine. 2 copies of Braven. Basically for your first strike, you won't be able to strike. Okay, the reason why is because its skill says during the right phase. So if you right, you miss the timing to get the free strike. So during your first right and strike, you have to discard a great tree for strike. You cannot use its skill. You can only do it after your first strike. Yeah, you get what I mean if you watch more of my videos. Okay. Right, so that is the great ones. Alright, for 3 high in price, don't worry. 1 or 2 is fine. 2 copies of Braven. Basically, for your first strike,
you guys can bitch
you won't be able to strike. Okay, the reason why is because
I don't feel like
its skill says during the right phase.
He clearly doesn't want to listen.
If you right, you miss the timing to get the free strike. So during your first right and strike, you have to discard a great tree for strike. You cannot use the skill. You can only do it after your first strike. Yeah, you get what I mean if you watch more of my videos. Okay. Right, so that is the great ones. Alright, for trigger lineup, 3
and he chose the wrong ultimate. Lovely.
8 crits, 4 crits because we want
so we basically have a useless healer who doesn't want to listen.
No, not really. That's 8 crits, 4 draws, 4 each draw triggers. Okay, the reason why this
doesn't want to be a healer.
Yeah, backing soul. Bonus. How Owl can go into soul.
I hate it when people play healers with fucking DPS. Like nothing pisses me off more than that.
Drag driver. 4 black dots. Black dots lucky. And finally the starter.
Like if you want a fucking DPS, go DPS. Don't pick a fucking healer and then go DPS.
He is also another one, another card that we found very important for this
annoying.
Deck. For example, what he does is auto skill. When this unit is paid, when this unit gets sacrificed for a cost, you can pay the cost of counter blast 1 and put this guy into your soul. So basically, when he gets sacrificed, you become a free soul for your
ignorant idiot.
Or your vanguard, which is very important. And select one of your other units. You can. The unit has 5k power.
I don't even care if he's new or just terrible. It's the fact that he's not listening.
For example,
he's being ignorant about it.
Okay, I strike. Luat, Drag Driver. Luat skill.
I wouldn't call him a retard either. He's just being an idiot.
This one goes to the soul, right? Drag Driver skill can soul blast it off. Then after the next turn, you're gonna strike again. You can put it back to the deck. Strike successful.
Like that.
Then it can come up again.
We pretty much already lost this,
so yeah, basically you can cycle the starter and the starter gives you 3 soul charge. So yeah, this card is very important if you know how to play the deck right. Yeah.
We haven't won a single fucking point.
I used to use David, but I find that I'm lacking the soul, so I actually play him. Yeah. Alright, let's go on to the G zones. So G zone is very interesting. Alright. First up, 4 copies of Drag Driver Luard. So Luard is great for form, very awesome. It looks like Rugos, but
no, we're not.
It is So
no,
his skill is
we're not in this.
No. His skill is Retro 3. When this unit enters the Vanguard circle, you may pay a cost of 1 Soul Blast. If you do, pay a cost of 1 Soul Blast and flip up a copy of a G-Zone face up. So you can flip up any card. You can flip up Lua, you can flip up any of these, any of your G units. Alright, if you do, for each superior core of grade 1 from the deck, for each face up drag driver reward on your G zone. So what you do is first, let's say first strike you can perform retro, first strike, so blast 1, flip up face 1, so you can search out 1 card and get and superior core 1 card. And then after that, so, for each card in your drop zone that is grade 1 or less, that unit gains plus 1k power. So for example, let's say you got 10 grade 1s in your drop zone, the superior core grade 1 will gain 10k power.
Yeah!
Right, so what we do, what this deck does is you strike first strike, you superior core 1, second strike, you can flip anything up, so you already have 2. So maybe you can flip this dragon thing up, you have 2 units, then you can third strike, use it again, get power, get those grade 1s, 3 grade 1s because they are 3 drag drivers. So yeah, a very simple deck to play. It's very powerful because all those units probably going to gain 10k power. That's something like the... And it's only a cost of 1 Soul Blast and you're getting so much advantage and power. So this card is very, very important in this deck. So basically this is like the recruiter plus power up in the deck. It's like Roy
Fatality.
Alright, next up we play 2 copies of the Thrall Dragon. So what Thrall Dragon does is activate. Once per turn, he may sacrifice one of your units, one of your rear guards. If you do, your opponent must sacrifice 2 units. So your opponent does not choose to sacrifice. So if he has only 1 unit, he must sacrifice that unit, and if he failed to sacrifice, select 3 units and 3 units in the front row and he gains plus 4k power. So one thing to note is that if you if you strike and let's say you have no rear guards, even if he failed to retire 2, you can power up 4k, like 4k, because you select 3 units, so you can select 3 times here. Okay, that's very important to know because some people thought if you have no rear guards you don't get the power. You still gain the power to the Vanguard. Okay.
I think tomorrow I'm
so
gonna finish these last games out in ranked.